Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to CBS News, a fragile ceasefire with Iran, announced less than 24 hours prior, is now in jeopardy. Israel launched a significant offensive on Wednesday against Hezbollah, the Iranian-backed militia in Lebanon, which it considers an old enemy. This military action immediately threatens the stability of the recently established ceasefire. Elizabeth Palmer reports on the unfolding situation, highlighting the rapid escalation of tensions in the region following the initial announcement of a truce. The offensive underscores the complex and volatile dynamics between Israel, Iran, and their proxy forces in the Middle East. Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Bagher Kalibaf, announced on Wednesday that negotiations between Iran and the United States have not yet commenced, and regrettably, 3 of the 10 ceasefire terms proposed by Iran have already been violated. According to a Linha Zapout report, Kalibaf stated on social media platform X that Iran's deep-rooted mistrust of the U.S. originates from repeated breaches of commitment by Washington. He criticized U.S. President Trump for deeming Iran's 10 ceasefire terms a viable negotiating basis, only for that basis to be blatantly violated before talks could even start, making bilateral ceasefire or negotiations unreasonable under such circumstances. The 3 violated terms include a ceasefire in Lebanon, despite an earlier announcement by Pakistan's PM Sharif, a prohibition on violating Iranian airspace citing an Iranian Revolutionary Guard drone shootdown over Fars province, and the acceptance of Iran's uranium enrichment activities. U.S. Vice President Vance, however, denied that the U.S. ever promised a ceasefire covering Lebanon, urging Iran not to jeopardize the fragile agreement. White House Press Secretary Leavitt clarified that the U.S. accepted Iran's modified proposal, not the original terms. According to NBC News, oil prices experienced a sharp decline of over 15%, falling to around $95 per barrel, while U.S. stock futures soared across major indexes, following President Donald Trump's announcement of a 2-week ceasefire in the war with Iran. The ceasefire is contingent on Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. While Israel committed to the ceasefire, it stated it would continue operations in Lebanon. The Strait of Hormuz, vital for global oil supply, has been halted since early March. Investors reacted with temporary relief, and global markets in Asia and Europe also surged. However, experts like Neil Roberts of the Lloyd's Market Association warn that trade may not fully resume, and regional risks persist. Gas Buddy analysts predict U.S. gas prices could begin to fall in 48 hours. Xinhua reports that former President Donald Trump recently made a noteworthy statement regarding the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. According to the Flash News update, Trump asserted that NATO wasn't there when we needed them. This brief but impactful comment from Trump suggests his continued critical stance on the alliance, echoing sentiments he expressed during his previous presidency regarding the contributions and reliability of member nations. This statement could reignite discussions about the future of international alliances and the United States' role in global security. Chosun Online reports that North Korea launched ballistic missiles 3 times within 2 days, following President Lee Jae-myung's expression of regret over North Korea's drone infiltration. The first launch, occurring yesterday morning near Pyongyang, was initially believed by the South Korean military to be a 600mm super-large multiple rocket launcher, KN-25, that exploded shortly after takeoff. Today, further provocations continued with several launches at 8:50 a.m. from Wonsan, Gangwon Province, towards the East Sea, followed by another launch at 2:20 p.m. These later launches are presumed to be KN-23 short-range missiles, a North Korean version of the Iskander, with flight distances of 240 kilometers and 700 kilometers, placing the entire Korean peninsula within their range. Experts suggest these actions demonstrate North Korea's confidence in launching missiles at will and aim to differentiate itself from Iran, which is currently in a conflict with the United States. This is also interpreted as a precautionary measure against external threats and a show of force to implement the two hostile states theory. A controversy also arose regarding the South Korean military's initial failure to publicly disclose the first launch, only confirming it after receiving information from the U.S. military. The South Korean military countered by stating they selectively disclose information to avoid revealing the capabilities of their intelligence assets. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.